Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because what if there was a world with no more post office? Post office is done. How about that?
That would be okay.
That is a very high likelihood right now. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And let's get into it. First things first, the post office has been losing money for, you know, 25 years. And how bad is the loss? Well, it depends on the year. This year, it's going to lose $9 billion. The post office is $15 billion in debt beyond that. Last year, they lost $9.5 billion, and they're saying, hey, we've turned it around. We're only going to lose $500 million more this year than we lost the year before that. And in 2023, they lost $6.5 billion. Okay, horrible business. Now, this is going to be the death of the post office. And the death of the post office is going to come because Amazon has been trying to renegotiate their contract till forever. And in the middle of 2026, they're saying that they're done. And they're going to pull their business and start their own private post office and not have the U.S. Postal Service. This will kill the post office. The post office is trying to tell us, hey, this is only about 7% of our net business, so it's not the end of the world if we lose the U.S. Postal Service. They're kidding themselves. If Amazon leaves, this will be the end of it. Now, during the first Trump administration, they talked about privatizing the U.S. Postal Service. And oh gosh, it's an iconic institution. It's ridiculous. First things first, guys. Why do we need mail delivered every day? Answer that. To get the circulars, to get all that stuff. Well, no, basically it's Amazon that's keeping it going. Amazon is the number one thing that gets delivered through the U.S. Postal Service right now. And if they leave, that's the end of it. This is not just a negotiating, tactic. This is the fact that it could be the end of this. Now, there are businesses out there that have gone to having mail drops and things like that. And then what they do is they go to the mail drops and they will scan your mail for you. I don't know about you, but do you want some stranger opening up your mail and reading it? And let me put this through. Wow, Dan gets a lot of bills, Oh, here's another check for Dan. Let's just scan that. Do you want that? Would anybody want that? Well, the answer is no. That's in my personal opinion. So a lot of things like this have been tried in the past and they have failed. And I don't think this is any different. But Amazon leaving would be the end. That would be the end. And then this would go to the argument of privatizing and selling the U.S. Postal Service, taking out to the highest bidder. Now here's the funny thing. Who would the highest bidder be if it was replaced? Well, maybe it would be Amazon. So it's kind of a catch-22 for this whole thing because it's kind of a scam that they may want to force it out of business so that they can buy it. Now, there is another travesty that just happened. And for those of you that don't know, I wanted to be a screenwriter for the longest time and taught myself screenwriting, taught myself how to write a script, formatting, all that stuff. Wrote a script and then tried to sell it, tried to go out and meet producers and directors and people like that. And eventually sold a script. I got scripts optioned. I did that. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it and it was great. It was when you could write what they call a spec script. I could come up with a story and I could produce that. And from there, you could go and you could then sell your idea. And those movies get made every now and then. That's what I did. Now, something just happened that's going to be the death of Hollywood and basically the death of America too, because the United States entertainment industry is a real big deal. And it has been destroyed over the last few years. COVID did it in. The last strike that they had was definitely the end of it all. SAG strike, put the nail in the coffin. As far as I'm concerned, that was the thing that did it. And what happened was people stopped going to the movies. People started to hate Hollywood. People started to hate everything that Hollywood represented. And if you had family values and things like that, people were against Hollywood in general. Well, flash forward COVID and people don't go to the movies. And then all the streaming services expanded. You've got Hulu, you've got Prime, you've got Apple, you've got, the behemoth in Netflix. What was just announced that Netflix is going to buy Warner Brothers for $72 billion. $72 billion. $23.25 in stock and $4 in Netflix stock. $4.25 in Netflix stock. Great. Problem with this is it's going to get rid of innovation. It's going to get rid of guys like me that wrote scripts out of the blue, and it's going to make it so that you're going to have no innovation. You're going to have more Marvel comics. You're going to have more remakes of everything you've already seen in your life, from Scooby-Doo to all the other BS that you are tired of, okay? That I'm tired of. So that's going to happen more and more and more. And, Amazon killed James Bond. We talked about this in October, where they basically took a franchise that was iconic in Americana and they whitewashed it. Got rid of the weapons, they got rid of everything. But this with Netflix, it will make it so that you will never go out and go to the movie theaters again. That will kill that entire theatrical industry 100% if this goes through. And they say it could take 12 to 18 months for the merger to be complete, but you will see the ramifications immediately, because let's put it this way: the last merger, which I think was 20th Century Fox and Disney, and they used to produce 24 theatrical movies a year that would go into 1,000 plus screens, which were basically big movies. Okay, they went from 24 a year down to 14. That's a huge difference. They only produce 44% of the movies that they used to produce. So, guys, this is the end. This is the end of entertainment. This is the end of Hollywood. You're gonna see it completely get destroyed as a result of this. We've talked about this, and a friend of mine, Brad, is a good guy. Brad worked for news and for ABC, and he worked, for did camera, did technical work and things like that. The problem with Brad is that Brad hasn't worked in 3 years in the States here, and everything has made it just worse and worse and worse. Now, when you look at reality TV, like things like The Bachelor, The Golden Bachelor, you think of different shows like Rob Lowe has that new game show called The Floor. That's on Fox. The point is not if you like this stuff or not. That's not the point. The point is that it's so expensive to shoot movies here and TV shows here in the States that The Floor, for example, is shot in Ireland completely. It is cheaper to fly people to Ireland for 4 days, shoot a game show, put them in a hotel, fly them back home to the States, than it is to walk across the Paramount lot. Oh, the unions, oh, the shenanigans, everything. This is the death of America. It really is. And you can sit there and say, oh, it's no big deal. There are no normal TV shows produced. You don't have any good comedies anymore. You don't have Friends and Thursday night TV like you used to have. It's just done. So let me know what you think about this. Share your thoughts. And again, the post office will be done. I don't see it lasting. If Amazon leaves, this is the death of the post office, without a doubt. The Warner Brothers thing, it's the death of innovation, the death of regular TV. Yes, you've got places like HBO and Showtime and things like that. But think about it. I was watching, TV the other night, and Billions came on from Showtime. That was great. And they're doing the marathon right now for The Sopranos. Guys, The Sopranos went off the air almost 25 years ago. It's been that long. So at least 20 years ago. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think, because it's only getting worse. But what do you think about this? When was the last time you went and paid for a movie theater, a ticket? I get a kick out of certain things that get sent to me. And the first one is, this is a Home Depot rival, and they're going to file bankruptcy, and this is going to destroy the home improvement industry. I'm like, oh, wow, I better read this. North American Builder Supply has one location. They filed bankruptcy this week. And the experts are saying, see, this is the end of home building. This is going to destroy everything because of inflation and tariffs. If one location of a business goes down, it's not because of tariffs, not because of everything being bad in one industry. This is ridiculous to sit there and to compare it to that. Now, the kick that I got out of this article was they talked about for every $1,000 that a home goes up in value, you lose a 106,000 buyers. That's impossible. I do not believe that. I think that that's absolutely made up and a complete farce. Now, the average tariffs right now are costing the average home $4,900 more. How about inflation, guys? Inflation has raised the average home price by $5,000 in lumber alone. So to sit there and to act like, it's tariffs only is nuts. We've had lumber prices go up. Only 30% of the lumber in the United States is produced locally. The rest of it is all imported, Canada and other places. And yes, there's tariffs involved and things like that. So, I love these numbers where they sit there and tell you how, oh my gosh, this is going to be the death of home building. Home building's got a real problem, guys. You've got houses in certain areas that are $400,000 and people can't afford those houses. They are not selling. The tiny houses are moving. You've got houses here in Southern California. Here in Huntington Beach, California, I'm at the pier right now. This is insane. You've got houses that are well over $2 million that 2, 3, 4 years ago, $1 million, $1.5 million. Things have doubled in price and they've dropped finally. Sitting in a restaurant today and somebody's talking about how, oh, this house went down 100,000 on our street. Jones Street, they went down 200,000. But again, if they go up to 2.2 million and they drop to 2 million, do you lose anything? You lost something if you're the guy that bought the house, 3 weeks ago at $2.2 million. But I love these fake numbers where they sit there and say, for every $1,000 in price increase, people can't afford a house. That's insane, guys. It's nuts. Owning a home is such a huge commitment that people don't get. All the maintenance, all the wear and tear, it is on your back. It is not on the landlord's back. And people don't put pen to paper for this stuff. Don't worry, you're going to figure it out. We all struggled in the beginning. No, you don't have to. You don't have to buy a home if you can't afford it. It's that simple. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, came up with a great article. And I love this because he's talking about people in business and in life don't know when to cut and run. The smart people know when to cut and run. I have made mistakes in my life when I have put bad money, after what I thought was the best of intentions, and the businesses were horrible at the point in time. And I should have just closed up shop and left. And the problem with it is now I do things differently now. Well, this is not working, we're moving on. Or I have a business partner that doesn't have the same work ethic as I do. Time to move on. You have to know when things are bad. And this goes to your personal relationships too. Is it going to get fixed or is it not? Is your husband just going to be a lazy fat slob and never do anything and never contribute or be nice or go along with what you want? Probably not. But it's your misery if that's what you want to live in. So I get a kick out of this because it's a great article. It's a great, something that people should put pen to paper to and wake up to if things are not working. Walking underneath the pier right now. It's kind of nice. You got the pretty people playing volleyball out there. But, who does that? Who does that? So, a lot more to cover. Let me know what you think so far. One thing that's really holding its own right now as the crypto market goes up and down has been gold. Roughly about $4,200 an ounce right now. Man, oh man, it has gone up. In the 3 years that I've been talking about gold, it has gone up substantially. It is crazy what gold prices have done. But the thing that really is about to be shorted in a huge, huge way is silver. There is not enough silver to cover the silver contracts. There's not enough silver to cover production, and you're going to see silver go through the roof, without a doubt. The next thing is the job layoffs. There have been, think about this, 1.1 million jobs lost right now this year. We covered this a little earlier, but it's just escalating. And it's escalating at the worst time of the year. Christmas season, between Thanksgiving and New Year's, you're going to see more and more layoffs. Could we get to 1.2 or 1.3 million layoffs? I think so. I really do. Final story. And don't forget, we have the private channel, iAllegedly Live, with all the uncensored content. And you've got more billionaires than ever. You've got 2,900 billionaires right now. That's unbelievable, guys. You've got more people in tech, more people making money in all these different, stock markets, real estate, and everything else. But 2,900 billionaires around the world right now. That is nuts. That is nuts. So, are you one of them? Let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, email me hello@iallegedly.com, and reach out anytime. I'll see you very soon.